Okay, let's talk about Tampa's real estate market. It's it's a wild ride, right? And when you're dealing with it, one of the most important people you'll hire is a home appraiser. I mean, if you get it right, you've got a solid, reliable number to work with. But if you get it wrong, oh boy, it could cost you a ton of money and stress. So how do you make sure you hire the right pro for the job? Well, it all boils down to asking the right questions. So let's just dive right into the big question. How do you pick the right appraiser in a market as tricky as Tampa? I mean, this isn't just any old market. You've got these gorgeous but complicated waterfront properties. You have micro neighborhoods where home values can literally change block by block. And the trends? They move so fast. You need a real expert who gets this place. And the answer is, you have to do your homework. You've got to vet them. In a place this dynamic, you can't just throw a dart at a list of names. So in this explainer, we're going to give you the exact toolkit, the questions you need to ask, to make you feel totally confident in your choice. So here's how we're going to break it all down for you. First up, we're covering the absolute must-haves, their credentials and their ethics. Then we'll dig into what really matters here, their expertise in the Tampa market. After that, we'll get into the practical stuff, the process, and, of course, the price. And to wrap it all up, we'll cover the huge red flags that should make you run the other way. All right, let's kick things off with the absolute foundation. I'm talking about making sure the person you're even thinking about hiring is qualified, licensed, and playing by the rules. This is square one, non-negotiable. This is question number one, your absolute starting point. The answer has to be a clear, simple yes. In Florida, appraisers have to be licensed or certified by the state. Period. But don't stop there, because the second part of that question is just as important. What level of license do they actually have? Okay, let's decode this, because this is where a lot of people get tripped up. If they say registered, that basically means they're a trainee. If they say licensed, that's fine for a straightforward standard house. But here in Tampa, with all our unique waterfront homes, historic properties, and luxury estates, you really want to hear the word certified. That means they have way more education and experience to handle the complex stuff. The next critical question you've got to ask is about this funny-sounding acronym, USPAP. Now, I know it sounds like a bunch of technical jargon, but trust me, this is maybe the most important term you need to know when it comes to appraisal ethics. So what on earth is it? Think of USPAP as the official rulebook for appraisers. It's the set of standards that makes sure every single appraisal is done impartially, ethically, and without any bias. So when an appraiser says yes to this, they're promising you a fair, independent, and well-supported opinion of value, and that's exactly what you're paying for. All right, so you've checked the boxes. They're licensed, they're ethical. Now we get to the part that really separates a good appraiser from a great one, especially around here. Deep, boots-on-the-ground local knowledge. Your next question needs to be direct. Ask them, point blank, about their experience right here in Tampa and Hillsborough County. You see, having a Florida license is just the ticket to the game. Having years of experience in this specific market is how you win. And let me tell you why this is so important for Tampa. An appraiser from, say, Orlando or Miami isn't going to get the subtle differences in value for our waterfront homes. They won't know that Hyde Park values are totally different from Seminole Heights. Real local experience means they know which recent sales are actually comparable, and that is key to an accurate appraisal. Now here's a pro tip. Another layer of expertise a lot of people miss. It's not just about the type of house, it's about the reason you need the appraisal. See, an appraisal for a divorce case is handled differently than one for a tax appeal or for getting rid of your PMI. You want to hire someone who knows the ins and outs of your specific situation. Okay, so they've passed the test on credentials and local know-how. Now it's time to get down to brass tacks. Let's talk about the practical nuts and bolts logistics. How is this all going to work, and what's it going to cost me? This one's pretty straightforward, but you got to ask. You need to know two simple things. What's the all-in total fee? And what's a realistic estimate for how long it's going to take, from the day they see the property to the day you have that final report in your hands? Now, when they answer, listen really closely. What you want to hear is a clear, flat fee. One number that covers everything: the visit, the research, the whole report. What you absolutely do not want to hear is anything that suggests their fee is tied to the final value of your home. And that leads us right into our last section, and honestly, this might be the most important one. Let's talk about the answers that should set off alarm bells, the things that tell you to politely end the call and find someone else. We're talking about giant, waving red flags. If an appraiser says anything that sounds remotely like this, like, my fee is just a percentage of the value, or worse, I can get you the number you need, but it's going to cost extra, just stop. Hang up the phone. This is the biggest red flag in the entire industry. Remember USPAP, that ethical rulebook we talked about? Well, a fee that changes based on the final value is a massive violation of those rules. It totally destroys the appraiser's independence. Their whole job is to be an unbiased third party, and a deal like that makes it impossible. And keep your ears open for a few other things too. If they get all vague when you ask for their license number, or if they can't give you any real examples of their work in Tampa, or if they act annoyed that you're even asking about USPAP, these are all warning signs that this is not the right person for the job. So, let's boil this all down. What's your game plan? It's a simple 3-step check. Step 1. Verify their Florida license, and you're really looking for certified. Step 2. Dig into their specific, hands-on experience right here in the Tampa market. And Step 3. Confirm their total commitment to USAPAP ethics. If they can pass those 3 tests with flying colors, you are on the right track. You see, by asking these specific questions, you're changing the game. You're not just hoping you find a good appraiser, you are actively ensuring you do. You're taking control and protecting what is probably one of your biggest assets. And with this knowledge, you are absolutely ready to hire an expert with complete confidence.